Hi. How I got into being an artist. Well, I used to do a lot of crafts and things, and I did mosaic work and stuff, and I saw a class after I had kids, and my kids were both babies. I saw a class somewhere called Anyone Could Draw, and I sort of thought, I wouldn't mind learning how to draw. So I went and took this class, Anyone Can Draw, and it was true. It was like, whoosh, look, you can draw. Somebody showed me how to draw. Somebody showed me how to look at things and how to, you know, be aware of what's visually there, and it was like a big, whoosh, my life cracked right open, and I said, yay, I can draw, and that means I can learn to paint, and there's so many things I can learn to do, and I just sort of decided that I'm in. That's it. I'm in. I'm going to learn how to do that because it's really great, and it's something I always wanted to do, and I just didn't think I could. So that's how I got into art, and then I just started taking more classes, more drawing classes and painting classes and things, and I went to the art college for a year, and I just, you know, I really just fell in love with doing it. It's a thing that it takes me away, gives me a reason to get up every day, so it kind of saved my life, and yeah, that's how I got into being an artist. Okay, so what inspires me? Well, I don't always wait to be inspired to paint. I have a studio in my house, and I generally just go downstairs and work. What inspires me? Just because I love to paint, I love to work with the colors and things. The abstract work I've been doing with lots of dots and things and marks, it reflects the way I work, which is that, you know, I have 2 kids who still live at home, and I spend a lot of time upstairs and downstairs with them, so I work on things in layers. Like if I'm doing a set of acrylics, a series, I'll go downstairs, and I might have time to do like a layer of dots on 1 or 2 of them, so I might do that and then just leave those and then go upstairs and do what else and come back down and do more different dots. So in the series, the dots are like experience to me. It's like some things will share a layer of dots, like several pieces will all have like red dots, and then everything will have a certain amount of something, and only a few will have this, and I kind of relate to it as like people, how we share experiences in life, and you know, maybe we went to the same school, so we share that experience, but everything else we don't share, and that's, people are made up of these layers of experience, and I really like paintings to have that layer of experience. And I mean, the abstracts are more, for me, it's just pure, I'm just doing it. I'm just intuitively trying to find the thing that makes me happy, and then looks right and works. And I'm starting to get into more representational work, and I'm using the dots in those because I've been doing old photos from my mom's, you know, from my mom, right? So pictures from the 40s, 50s, 60s, old black and white, square snapshots, great pictures of my mom when she was young and a young adult, and when she was a kid, and my dad, and, you know, playing bongos at parties and things. And I love those pictures. I love those memories. But they're not my memories. And when I'm painting those and I'm putting the dots in, to me it's like a screen of memory. I can never, you know, those memories aren't mine. I love to work with the images and imagine what's going on, but I can't know. I was never there. I wasn't even born then when all that stuff was happening. So to me it's just saying, you know, it's here and it isn't here. It isn't what you imagine. You can't fully see it because it's a memory, right? That's the nature of memory. It doesn't reveal itself fully or the way we think that it really, you know, it isn't always what really happens. Okay, music. Now, a lot of my abstract paintings, actually a lot of my paintings just in general, I name after songs. And that doesn't necessarily have to do with the way I work, although I do listen to music sometimes when I'm working. Like the other day, I was working on a piece for the Spark Festival coming up, and I'm doing a piece about telephones and stuff, and there's a direction in the play where she's on hold and she's listening to Do You Know the Way to San Jose? And so I actually put on like old 70s music. I put on Steely Dan, and I just thought that gets me into that elevator music mode, and I really liked Steely Dan, so it was good, and I listened to that while I worked, and that was good. And I try to listen to music, but seriously, I'm a CBC addict. I listen to a lot of CBC, so I have people talking to me, keeping that part of my brain busy while I work, so I don't have to think about things. I let the CBC think about it, and I focus on the aesthetics. But I do like to name my song, my music, or my paintings after songs, because if you know the song, it adds an element, right? Like if you can look at, like if you're going to look at this piece I do for the Spark Fest, and it's going to be titled Do You Know the Way to San Jose? That'll give you a little song while you're looking at it, and you know, I'm hoping it adds an element, because you know, music is really important. And I think it does, especially with, I did a disco series of abstract paintings last year, and that was good because they were all shaky and movie and disco-y. And then this song, this painting here is called This Is Not a Love Song. And this is, which was just like this crazy old punk rock song from the early 80s done by Johnny Rotten. And I don't know, it's just like this really loud song where he's screaming, "This is not a love song." I just thought, well, this is not a love song. It's just, you know, but I just thought you might want to listen to that in your head if you knew it while you're looking at it. So I guess I'm just trying to provide like a soundtrack for your viewing experience, so you can fully multimedia. So that's music. When I do listen to music, I listen to a lot of jazz. I like the late night jazz. It gives me that real, late night jazz feeling. So that's good to paint too. And yeah. Color. I love color, but I don't think I really use it symbolically. Not in the abstract work, for sure. I use color a lot. I like tonal variety. I think that's really the basic, what for me keeps things interesting in a visual composition is tonal interest, lights and darks. So I pick a lot of the colors just based on if they're light or dark in something like this. But in something like this, I'm just putting color where, like I'll be making little rules while I do this, right? So I might, you know, you put a layer of something on and then you think, okay, now my next rule is I'm going to put a little yellow dot everywhere I see ochre, kind of thing. So you're sort of making up rules as you go through just to keep consistency all over. And with this particular piece, actually, it's got big chunks of acrylic paint that I've cut up and you know, applied on there, and got stuck on with medium. Because I just love color. It's just, makes you feel happy to look at it. So, love the color. With the more representational working I'm doing right now, I'm doing really actually very monochromatic things, very grays, tones of grays, and Payne's gray and black and white. I just seem to need to start that way with the people, but we'll see where they go. But yeah, I like color.